The 6 biggest mistakes estate agents make. Today I'm joined by the wonderful Richard Rawlings, who is an estate agency coach and guru. Richard, what are the 6 biggest mistakes UK estate agents make? Talk to me.
Well, there are so many. There are so many. I don't know if these are the biggest. These are the ones I'm currently tackling at the moment. Certainly, the one at the moment is selling properties to your best buyers, which might sound counterintuitive. Something comes on the market. What do? Quick, pick up the phone to your top cash buyer. Please don't do that, because you might get a sale. And you don't really want a sale necessarily, because you get a property, you sell it, you get another one, you sell it, you get another one, you sell it. It's linear growth. I want exponential growth. I want to be using every instruction to deliver at least another 2. If you've ever done that grain of rice on a chessboard, you put 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, 16. There's more grains of rice on the end of that chessboard than has ever been produced. It's incredible. So one of the ways I like to do that is, and two or three ways of breeding instructions, of using every instruction to gain another 2. The first one is to send out a just listed letter to the neighbours. Neighbours are great. Neighbours, in fact, neighbours of properties that you're currently selling, I guarantee, is all your future business. It will only ever be neighbours of people you're selling, people who live locally. And so I'd be inclined to send them a just listed letter to the neighbours, tell them a bit about the property, and so on. I just quote actually one of the phrases I like to use over there is, over the coming days, we'll be working hard to arrange viewings from qualified buyers who are keen to buy in the area. Should you be thinking of moving, this would be a great opportunity to market your own alongside a neighbouring property in order to take advantage of the expected spike in buyer activity. So it's not just saying, give me your instruction, it's saying, here's a thought, this would be a good opportunity for you, this is on the market, it's similar to yours, if you think you're coming on, let's piggyback them, they can help each other. So giving people a tangible
So not just
reason.
whacking it on Rightmove and waiting for the...
Give it one day, they'll never notice. Give it one day and be phoning it out to all those buyers that you know who live locally and
So that's
say...
hand-delivered letters to, the 2020.
The 2020 type of thing, yep, absolutely. I'd be phoning all my buyers who live locally and giving them advance notice, a sneak preview of something that's just about to come on the market. Would they be interested? Even though they're not on the market yet, could that just prompt them to come to the market?
So these are local owned to sell.
Local owners who haven't yet put their own on the market because they haven't found the right property possibly. You're giving them a sneak preview of something coming on the market. They'll then come on the market as well. So there's another one off the bat.
It sounds wonderful, Richard. It sounds like hard work. And you
of course
know what
it's hard
stages
work.
are
It's
like.
the difference between work and hard work. I'm in the business of growing a business, not just selling properties. As long as those here's a home truth. As long as your instruction is correctly priced and you've marketed it on the portals, it will sell, frankly, with or without you. So our job is to get more well-priced stock. Then you're going to grow a business. So that's what we're about, growing a business. And then also doing open houses, inviting the neighbours to the open houses and asking them if they'd like feedback on how the sale went. So they're giving you GDPR consent to have a chat with them from time to time. Work those neighbours.
What's number 2?
Building relationships. A lot of agents feel, as we said in an earlier recording, how important it is to be nice and they should build relationships. But ultimately, according to research, only 7% of the top salespeople, top agents, are relationship builders. The rest, 39% of the top agents, are challengers. And they will challenge the client. They will tell the client, give as good as they get. And they'll say, I know you're trying to hide that damp from me. I've noticed it. A buyer might not see it, but their surveyor will. What are we going to do about it? Or I'm not taking on your house till you paint that wall. In a semi-humorous sort of way, but really telling the client what they need to hear, not just what you think they might want to hear. It's not just about a good relationship. It's where they've got to like you, but more important, they've got to respect you, and they've got to see you as the enthusiastic expert who knows what they're talking about and is not prepared to take any nonsense. You're going to get it over the line for them.
And in a previous video, we talked about how to get that respect.
Indeed.
What's number 3?
Speed. Not being speedy enough to, consumers are increasingly demanding. Speed is everything now. The time to pick up a phone, the time someone gets back to you, following feedback maybe after viewing a property. The poor sellers, someone's just come around the property, it seems to have gone quite well, and they're waiting. They've been gone 10 minutes. Why haven't they made an offer yet? They seem to quite like it. Maybe they're having a coffee and discussing it. they've been gone 2 hours. Maybe they're having dinner over what offer they're going to make. They go to bed, they put the phone by the bed. This is really frustrating as a seller. I've moved house 23 times, would you believe? 17 of those owned, renting in between. But I understand the stress involved in just not hearing anything. So after viewing, within 10 minutes, feedback, and this is just the agent's feedback of how they felt that viewing went.
Isn't it interesting that that the biggest criticism of estate agents is communication?
Communicate, absolutely, absolutely. So when someone inquires, they might inquire by email, pick up the phone, talk to them, show you're interested, and be quick. Be quick. And when you go on that appointment to take on that listing, if it's for 11 o'clock, you're on the dot, 11 o'clock, bang, to the second. And you'll be amazed the number of people who say, wow, that's impressive, to the second. So speed, you would be defined by how quickly you get back. Even if there's a problem or an issue, how quickly you deal with that issue is going to define.
Number 4.
Number 4, not being in touch with market and performance stats. So many agents, good agents, really great agents, I would say to them, what is your asking price to sale price ratio? And they'll say, or percentage, they'll say, sort of late 90s maybe. I said, well, isn't it more impressive to say you get, 98.7% of the asking price to a decimal point? But even more impressive is to say, actually, 11.3% of the time we exceed our asking price. 11.3 there is worth more than 99.0. Or on average, we get 104% of our asking price. And 63% of our clients come from London. And just have some stats, bang, 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 shows you know what you're talking about.
Isn't it interesting that 36% of vendors chose their estate agent? This was a survey of 10,000 vendors based on their local property market knowledge.
Local knowledge. They like the individual, they're recommended, other people like them. Local property knowledge, as proven by the boards almost. Your boards show how locally engaged you are. Absolutely, yeah. So any stats, if you're a letting agent, how long is your void period? People say, a couple of weeks. No, I want 2 days or 14 days, or the average at the moment I think is 21 days. If you can prove that yours is, or just say that yours is less than that, then you're away.
What's number 5?
Misunderstanding our role. And I think our role is, I ask agents, what do you do? And you say, well, we sell houses. It's fine, but I think really, yes, we help people move. That's the key to it. But I think as persuasive people, as salespeople, our role is to help people make decisions, because decisions are hard to make. Help people make decisions that are genuinely in their best interests, which without our involvement, they might have had difficulty making. Our role is to get people over the line. And so we need knowledge, we need skill, we need charm, we need persuasion, we need to be forthright, we need guts as well. All those things together, you've got an agent that's an absolute killer agent, charming, persuasive, expert, who tells it as it is. Yeah.
Number 6.
Number six, prospecting. So often what happens is, and you just need to look at an agent's desk. If an agent's desk is untidy, and it might be their bag, their inbox, their desk in their brain, their WhatsApp in messages, where stuff resides, very often there's stuff going on. And the stuff going on, because it hasn't been dealt with that day, they come into work the next day and they've got stuff to do. And that stuff justifies their work. If you didn't have anything to do, what are you going to do? You're going to prospect. And we don't, prospect's almost an annex. It's almost something you do when you've run out of stuff to do. So
should be the other way around.
Should be the other way around, of course it should. So we go, when we leave the office, when we go to bed, everything's out of the way. You come in the morning, what am I going to do? I'm going to prospect. I'm going to phone those particularly working with those buyers who have not yet put their own property on the market in the area. We're going to give them a royal service. Those people who haven't yet come on, every month we're going to phone them and say, I've got something. Are you sure you don't want to come and have a look at this? Or the next month you're going to say, I've got some buyers. They've just described your property. You sure you're not ready to come to market yet? Then they get a market report or videos. You and I both do market videos and things. Or they get a newsletter. And then again, the following month, I've got a property. Do you want to see it? I've got some buyers. You sure you don't want to? And eventually, they've been persuaded.
You're the only agent,
You're the only agent. You're the only agent for them. And prospecting also, I'll speak to agents who've got a 3% market share, and they're sending letters out and stuff, which is great. Have a system for that for sure.
At least they're sending letters out.
At least they're sending letters out, yeah, and I write templates for them to do this, and so that's fine. But they're sending them out across a huge distance, but they've only got a 3% market share. So 97% of the people in their area have not engaged with them yet. So drill down deeply before going wide, because you go wide, no one's
I agree with you. Focus on almost like a large housing estate and become the king daddy or king queen, the queen.
Yeah, absolutely. So prospecting is key, because that's where your future business is.
I mean, estate agency is not that hard. It really is. It really is a case of prospect to get the listing, having a damn good listing presentation, and then when it's on the market, having a good way to set the house sold. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat.
It is a systematic formula. Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you for your time today, Richard.
Welcome.